Well, good afternoon. Today is Saturday, May the 30th, and tomorrow is the last day of May, and we wanted to give you all a quick State of the Church update. Last Sunday was the first time in months that we had met together for public services. We met at 9 a.m. indoors, at 11 o'clock outdoors. Things were a little strange. They're not like we're used to, but I was very much encouraged by the fact that we can actually do this. Having two services, meeting outside, observing the precautions that were necessary. It wasn't easy, but it can be done, and we can do it again. We had some hiccups with the live stream, but we're going to get that sorted out. The attendance at those services was encouraging. When you factor in the attendance at the 9 a.m. service, the 11 o'clock service, and those folks that we know were watching at home, just about everybody is accounted for, and God is clearly keeping us together as a congregation and sustaining us. Our plan for right now is to continue the services like we did last Sunday. We're going to have a 9 a.m. service, an 11 a.m. service, going to have an indoor service and an outdoor service. It's likely that we will switch the indoor and outdoor service. We'll have the outdoor service at 9 a.m. and the 11 o'clock service will be the indoor service at some point this summer. Not this coming Sunday. We don't have immediate plans to make that switch, but as the temperature gets hotter, it'll make more sense to have the outdoor service earlier. For those of you who have small kids, just be prepared. It won't be as hot worshiping outside, but you will have to get up and get moving a little bit earlier to get everybody there at 9 o'clock. We'll let you know when that switch is going to happen. I wanted to encourage you, friends. Not only was the attendance at those meetings encouraging last Sunday, but also the way that people conducted themselves was encouraging. Thank you all. At the 9 o'clock service for willingly, wearing masks during the service and being willing to distance from each other. Outdoors, let me remind you all that masks are not necessary outdoors as long as we're able to keep an appropriate distance from each other. So be careful where you sit, and part of the reason we're meeting outside is so there's plenty of fresh air and there's plenty of space. So that people can keep an appropriate distance from each other, even as we're worshiping together. The plan right now is to have the Lord's Supper together next Sunday morning, not tomorrow, not the 31st, but the first Sunday in June. We were able to procure a lot of individually wrapped cups that have juice and a little wafer in it, and we also have gluten-free wafers, and we're going to be able to distribute these, have them distributed before the service begins, and you'll be able to get one, and no one else is going to touch it, and we can take the supper together in a safe way, respecting all the recommended precautions right now. Hopefully next Sunday morning. I guess that's the 7th of June. But more details about that to come. For right now, we're going to continue with our online prayer meetings on Wednesday at noon and on Thursday evening and on Sunday evening, in addition to an outdoor prayer meeting Sunday evening. It got rained out last week and we all met on Zoom, but this Sunday it looks like the weather will be good tomorrow. And Pastor Bruce is going to lead the outdoor prayer meeting Sunday evening at 5:30 in the outdoor chapel in the lower field. We're also going to continue sending elders' devotions to you in your email. You've probably noticed we've begun to diversify some of the source of those devotions. There are some other brothers in the church that are contributing to that. So if you have stopped reading them, start again, because there's new stuff to read there, new people to hear from. And friends, if you're not getting emails from the church, we're sending emails, definitely every day. There's at least one email coming from us. So if you're not getting an email from us and you want to, check your spam filter, your junk mail box, and see if it's getting sent there, or contact the office and we can make sure that you're on our mailing list if you're not yet. Also, one more quick note I wanted to mention to you that financially speaking, the Lord continues to provide for us. The giving in the church has been healthy. Giving to the general budget, giving to missions has been high. Giving to helps and needs has been high. It's not quite as consistent as it was a month ago, but all things considered, the Lord is very much providing for us and taking care of us, and we're being careful in the way that we're planning for the future right now. So thank you, brothers and sisters, for keeping your covenant to give to the ministry of the church, and please remember to do so as we continue to meet in unusual ways for the next little while. Now, there is some more information that we want to give you about what we're planning for the rest of the summer and things coming up. And to talk about those things, I want to turn you over to Pastor Bruce.
Hello, Grace Church family. It's been good to see many of you at the worship services last Sunday, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you all again as we go forward. And so that's been nice to be able to meet again, but I realize that the situation still is not ideal, and it may still be a little while before we're able to go back to things, many of the things that we're used to, things like Sunday school and small groups and children's ministries and those kinds of things. And so in light of that, trying to think through some of the different ways that we can continue to fellowship and do Bible studies and encourage one another. And so looking at some options that I want to just go over with you right now. I realize that many of you are probably getting a little tired of Zoom, and I'm sorry about that. That is, though, it's a useful tool that we can continue to utilize, and so to the best that we can, we'll make use of that. And some things that we're talking through and hoping to do, as you know, Pastor Charlie's been doing some videos for the young boys and girls, the children in the church, and he's going to continue to do that with the help of some others. So that's one thing that's going to go on. Also, Aaron Dowdy has offered to continue to teach the youth over Zoom, doing some Bible studies with them. I'm not sure exactly which Wednesday that will start, this week or the next week, but very soon we'll get that started. And also the young adults have been meeting on Zoom for a while, and I expect that they're going to continue to do that over the summer, and we may even be able to add in some in-person Bible studies and meetings here at the church outside. And so they'll have those kinds of options over the summer to continue to meet together. You know, I know that before the pandemic, there were a lot of small groups going on that were meeting in homes, and obviously right now that's not a viable option, but we would like to get some small groups online going over the summer at least. And so I've been talking with some adults in the church, and I think several might be willing to do studies maybe every other week. We just meet for a little while, do a time of study and devotion and discussion, and have some time of sharing and prayer. And so hopefully in the next few weeks, we'll get some of those kinds of groups meeting again. Also, Pastor Charlie and I have talked about the possibility of having a pastoral Bible study where we just go through a book of the Bible and we can meet each week. And we may even have a couple of meeting times for people that can't make one and would like to still join us. They could come to the other. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks, some of these small groups and Bible studies will be getting started. And we'll give you more details hopefully to come on that soon. Also, one other thing to just to mention is that I realized that when everything went into lockdown, there were a number of people that were interested in joining the church. Also, there were a number of people that were interested in baptism. And so we want to be thinking through, you know, is it reasonable to do new members classes over Zoom? Is it, you know, and what do we want to do for baptisms? Do we want to try to do baptisms in some sort of pool outside? Do we want to just wait until the church meets again? And for some, they may want to wait, and others may want to go ahead and do that. So those are some things we're thinking through, is how can we offer some classes for new members and also to have a chance to talk with those awaiting baptism, and hopefully some of those things maybe can continue on even in this strange time. So we're thinking through things and hope to have some updates for you very soon. Send out maybe an email soon telling you about some of these things and giving more details. I want you to be encouraged that I know that these are hard and strange times, and they may still be a little bit strange for a little longer, but I do believe that the Lord is still at work in His people, in this church, in this community. I really am looking forward again to worshiping in person with you all over these coming weeks of the summer. And so we could just have to hold on a little while longer and make the best of the time that we have right now.